Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wal aqibatul muttaqeen wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulihi Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa labatihi wa ashabihi wa azwajihi ajma'in. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma anfa'ni bima 'allamtani wa 'allimni ma yanfa'uni wa zidni ilman walhamdulillahi ala kulli hal. Amma ba'd, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear brothers and sisters, spreading dawah of Islam didn't just rest on letters, but Rasulullah ﷺ also fought outside of Arab with his companions with the iman in hearts and swords in hands. Gazwa Mauta. After Sulh Hudaybiyah at the beginning of 7th Hijri, Rasulullah ﷺ also sent letters to the areas which were settled at the border of Arab and Sham. From them, Gassan was bigger in number and strength. People of Gassan were Arabs, but from a long time they had already converted to Christianity. This tribe was under Ceasar of Rome. Its chief was Shurahbil bin Umro. Rasulullah ﷺ sent Sayyidina Haris bin Umair as envoy with letter, but Shurahbil killed Envoy of Rasulullah ﷺ. Rasulullah, for revenge of his envoy's death, sent 3,000 men and gave commandership to Sayyidina Zaid bin Harisa. Then said, if Zaid got martyred, then commander will be Sayyidina Jaffar Tayar, who was the brother of Sayyidina Ali Karamullah Wajh. And if he also got martyred, then commander will be Sayyidina Zaid bin Rawah. This campaign was for revenge, but Rasulullah ﷺ said to his companions that on the way, give dawah of Islam to every tribe you meet. And when you reach at Gassan, first give dawah to Shurahbil. If he accepts, then there is no need to fight. In Medina, Muslims were preparing for a campaign, and spies informed Shurahbil about this campaign. So Shurahbil gathered 100,000 army to fight Muslims. And on top of that, Harqil also sent soldiers to help people of Gassan. Companions heard these news that 100,000 army is ready for them, and it is as 1 to 33 people. Muslims were 3,000 and Kuffars were 100,000. So they started counseling that we should fight or first inform Rasulullah ﷺ about situation. Sayyidina Zaid bin Harisa gave his opinion that we should wait for Rasulullah ﷺ's command. But Sayyidina Zaid bin Rawah said we should fight, and stood and did a speech in front of Muslims. O Muslims, we have not come out seeking word. We have nothing to do with victory or defeat. We are desirous of martyrdom. Allah has provided us with this opportunity, so why should we delay? These words affected Muslims a lot, and fight started. But just imagine for a while, we are 3,000 men and we are 100,000 army. Fight continued and Zaid bin Harisa martyred. Jaffar Tayar was commander now. But Jaffar Tayar was martyred, cutting off both his hands. Sayyidina Zaid bin Rawah held flag of Rasulullah ﷺ in his hand. But just after a few moments, fighting bravely, Sayyidina Zaid bin Rawah also got martyred. Rasulullah ﷺ gave instructions that these three companions would hold commandership after one got martyred. But Rasulullah ﷺ didn't hold any other instructions. Sayyidina Khalid bin Walid took commandership of army and fought bravely with Gassanis. Narrations said that Sayyidina Khalid bin Walid broke 8 swords in this battle, and the strategy of Sayyidina Khalid bin Walid was to lure the Romans back so successfully that the Romans would not have the courage to pursue him, which he was successful. When this army reached Medina, people thought that they have run away. Few people threw stones on them and said, you went for jihad in the name of Allah and you came back saving your own lives. Rasulullah ﷺ, when heard this, came out of Medina. Rasulullah during whole war received wahi from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by which Rasulullah ﷺ was looking at the battleground and knew what happened. Rasulullah ﷺ gave army a warm welcome and said, you didn't run away, but you have came to attack them again with the better preparations. The battle of Mauta shook the Christians and Romans, and they became afraid that the Muslims are not going to sit down calmly. They will surely attack again. So on one hand they started to prepare for war, And on the other hand, they sent letter to Ceasar of Rome that these emerging religions should not take lightly. So Harqil also sent 40,000 men to help Gassanis. Gazwa Tabook. Sham and Arab had trade relations, and because of traders, all Arab got the news that Gassani with Roman army are going to attack on Medina. Rasulullah ﷺ also heard these things and announced to prepare for war. Rasulullah ﷺ announced that who does not have any valid excuse, he have to come with army to this Gazwa. Like Gazwa Ahzab, this was also a tough test for companions, because this time the fight is not between smaller tribes or Arab. This fight is now with one of the strongest power of that time, Roman Empire. Gassanis have gathered army of more than 100,000, and with that Harqil, the Ceasar of Rome, had also sending his army to help Gassanis. On the other side, companions have now a strict order from Rasulullah that without any valid excuse no one can sit back. With that time of drought and melting summer, adding that long route and chatters of munafiqeen that la tanfiru fil harri, do not go out in heat, and on top of that, the harvest of dates are ready, and leaving them will ruin whole struggle of year of harvesting. For this long route, a lot of things and equipments were also needed. Rasulullah ﷺ were motivating companions to contribute with your wealth and money for Allah's army. The motivation of Rasulullah ﷺ resulted as companions that were very poor also contributed. This is the event when Sayyidina Umar contributed with the half of his all things, and Sayyidina Abu Bakr came with all he had. These contributions, giving money in the way of Allah, made things harder for munafiqeen. So this event made munafiqeen clear in front of Muslims. Because Muslims who had nothing would go and labor one day and whatever he earns given the name of Allah for this battle. At last, in the Rajab 9th Hijri, Rasulullah ﷺ marched towards Sham from Medina with 30,000 companions and stayed at Tabook. Gassanis had gathered an army more than 100,000 men, and with that Ceasar of Rome had sent 40,000 soldiers. The army of Romans reached place of Hamas, but when Harqil got the news that Muslims have came out from Medina and marching towards Sham and Rasulullah ﷺ himself is their commander, then Harqil immediately ordered Gassanis and his army of 40,000 to come back. Because Harqil knew well that Rasulullah is Allah's true messenger, and fighting with Allah's messenger will have results of defeat for them. And with that he also knew that 100,000 army couldn't do anything to 3,000 Muslims. So he ordered all his men to step back. Rasulullah ﷺ heard this but stayed there for 20 days. That if Harqil wants to fight, he can come. In these 20 days, Rasulullah ﷺ talked with surrounding tribes and made agreements with them, and made his position stronger there. After 20 days, Rasulullah ﷺ went back to Medina. So dear brothers and sisters, this is for today's video. We'll come back with the next video on this series, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this from me and you, and grant us to understand it, act on it, and stand firm on it, and follow the teaching of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ameen.